today. So if you're online and you're listening in to Detroit Book City's Juneteenth Virtual Book Fair, I hope that you're taking the information down to support these authors. They're writing from their hearts, they're on their creative sides, they're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to what they should be doing. And that's writing books and sharing their stories. We have to remember stories matter. They're on the inside of us. They're inside our souls. We have to get them out to the world. Maybe to make the world a better place. So this is exciting. Let's see, who do we have next on the roster? Obed Figueroa. Oh my gosh, my pronunciation is terrible. Obed Figueroa. He's going to correct me when he gets on. Let's talk about Obed. Obed has been a leader in education, influencing primary education schools to graduate medical education. He helped lead key national initiatives while helping embed the values and behaviors that shift organizational behavior. His experience includes establishing new schools, workshops, academic programs, and minority-focused initiatives at an array of universities and nonprofits in New York City, including Touro College and the University of Medicine and Health Sciences. He holds a bachelor's degree from Stony Brook University. He holds a bachelor's degree from Sunny Empire State College and a master's degree from Stony Brook University. Obed's irregular columnist, and his peer review research publications in diversity and management and sustainability can be found at Medical Education Online, the Journal of Management and Sustainability, and the Journal of International Research. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Obed. He'll be here shortly. Obed, hi, are you there?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. Let me just turn on the camera. How are you?
I'm great. That was a challenging intro. You're testing my reading skills. Very interesting background. I'm very
impressed. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing some great things in the world.
Yes, that's the intention. It's not for vanity, for sure.
Yes. So tell us, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
So to me, it means liberation. It reminds me of the wickedness that is possible in humanity. It reminds me of the strength of our people, and it gives me strength. It gives me strength to see that so much has been overcome and still needs to be overcome. So yes, that's what it means to me, man. So I'm glad to see the acknowledgement that's now global, because I was not unaware of this. My education was in New York City, and this was not taught. This was not part of the curriculum. And so for me as an adult, I learned about Juneteenth probably about 3 years ago, as a result of my diversity work.
Diversity work. Yeah, talk about that really quick, your diversity work, before we get into your book, which is titled Marcus Learns About Different Types of Doctors.
Yes, thank you.
We want to make sure the audience know that this is where we're going. But real quick, tell us about the work that you're doing in the community right now.
Right, so currently I'm directing the enrollment for a middle school and a high school. Historically, I've always managed enrollment. And so typically in that process, I am the one in charge of screening. And so in that screening process that I've been doing for 20 years, from primary school to graduate school, I was able to identify low representation. And so having that autonomy to put in those screening mechanisms and assemble those committees, I was able to put in place, opportunities and also eliminate barriers that I saw were in place in these screening processes, right? So I've been blessed to have that opportunity. So I'm doing it now in middle school and high school. I was doing it for medical schools as well. And so, what does that mean? So really working with the committees to know what questions to ask, working with them to eliminate biases so that they are not only pulling in students from Columbia, so that it's a broad perspective when they're screening applicants, eliminating testing barriers, giving more weight to non-cognitive variables, meaning for someone who has overcome adversity and it's demonstrated, acknowledging that, giving weight to that. But I'll pause there. So that's been the body of my work.
Providing the service, who are you providing the service with to?
So currently,
I said, who are you providing the service to?
so it's been primarily for educational institutions.
Okay, education.
Yeah, right. So and it gives me that opportunity again to influence those screening processes.
Wonderful.
I've been in charge of them.
That's wonderful work.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
talk to us about, okay, so that's your career side, 9 to 5. Let's talk about that creative side with your book. Tell us about Marcus Learns about different types of doctors and show us the cover.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. And I have an animated video, like 1 minute that I think it's 2 minutes to show you.
Okay, good. Get that real quick too.
So this is the cover. Marcus Learns about different types of doctors. So published by Austin Macaulay, and it was released in January of this year.
Okay.
So it's been blowing up. And in the animation, it also shows, it could be purchased through Target, Amazon, and all online resources.
And then we'll talk about it. You want to show it right quick?
Sure.
I'll make sure we get
it. So share my screen, right? Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, let's correct that. My disclaimer is I'm getting used to the virtual world.
Oh, it's all good. It's all
okay,
good.
we're all good now.
Okay.
Great. Now, was that supposed to be sound on there or no?
Yes, you didn't hear the sound. It was playing.
I didn't hear the sound. Did you hear the sound? I hope our audience heard the sound. Can we have a show of hands, or can you put something in the chat saying that you heard the sound, anyone? Because I couldn't hear the sound. Did you hear it on your end, Obed? Yes?
Yes, I heard it playing.
Okay, good. Well, I hope everybody else in the audience heard it as well.
Oh, no sound. They're saying no sound.
No
Okay,
sound.
well, so what I can say, I do apologize. I don't know what's happening, but
the visual.
I can say to you, yeah, I definitely want you guys to see the visuals, because that's where the biggest intent is to be made for our children. It's accessible.
We'll load it to the website. We'll load it to the website.
Awesome.
Our Facebook page after we attend after the program. We'll do that.
Right. So it's accessible on YouTube. Definitely. Just type it in, my name and Marcus Learns about different types of doctors. It comes out. So public accessible.
But there was out of that. We did see the pictures, so we did see the visuals. That was great, because most people that spoke today, we couldn't see the inside of the book.
Right.
So talk about it real quick. How did you decide to write about the different types of doctors?
Well, the 20 years of screening through these applications, right? And so most often they're submitting to me essays, and those essays are talking about how they got to the place where they are, these applicants, right? Like, how did I struggle? Did I struggle in high school, elementary school? Did I struggle in college? And now I'm in grad school trying to be a doctor. So I'm reading all these thousands and thousands of essays, and now they're doctors, right? The people that I approved are now doctors across the country. What I identified when I was reading those essays was, one, I can relate to some of those struggles. If you're first gen, first person going into college in your family, like, that's a new world. The language to walk you unfamiliar. So what I wanted to do with this book, the intention was to start dropping the seeds earlier, because many of them, hundreds of them, said, I wish I knew earlier. Not about the idea of not the idea to become a doctor per se, but really to know, what is podiatry? What is osteopathic medicine? What is, what's the I'm a nurse. And so really what I wanted to do was drop those seeds of a young kid speaking to his elders and them going within their community. I didn't want someone from the outside to be a savior. I wanted to show that, that the young person can speak to an elder, that elder would utilize community resources and get him mentorship and exposure in their community, which was the Bronx. It happens to be Bronx based, which is where I was born.
Phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Wow.
So I wanted to give the visuals. I wanted the kid to see when they read podiatry, which will be something very new. I wanted them to see a big graphic image, right? So this is for elementary school kids.
Okay, so what age range?
Yeah, elementary to middle. I wanted them to hear the word, and then I wanted them to conceptualize, to see the image, right. See what the practitioner does. Right. So, for dentistry, podiatry, osteopathic medicine, I wanted it to be embedded in the head through a visual, so that they now heard the word, see the image, and it hopefully stays in there, that curiosity that we burned.
That's very creative. It's a very creative book. And I have not seen any book, like I told you the other day, I've never seen one like it. So it's a very interesting book. How many pages is the book?
I believe it's like 20. It's, again, real short read. For this age demographic, it's heavy illustration, short content, but it is part of a book series with my publisher. And so the next one will be for middle school, towards the latter of middle school. So more heavy content, less illustration, and a lot more, the content will take you on his journey, and throw in all those variables of, how does he navigate when a teacher says, oh, you should play basketball. Why go into the sciences? Or that's too hard. Or you're cute, you should be a model. So we kind of like address all of that. When people are saying to him these things, how does he stay channeled and focused? And again, it's all showing his support systems, not going outside of their community, his elders and his community.
That is wonderful. That's a great book. I mean, it gives the kids an early learning program about what a doctor does with illustrations, like the early age. I mean, it could be for a third grader and a second.
Yes, exactly.
Putting those simple words with it. And then you got the middle school coming out. So if they stick with the program, look at the middle school book next, and it'll take them to that. And then by high school, they're going to be ready to go.
Exactly. I wanted it to be a tool, right?
Yes.
So this is not something for my vanity. This is really a tool that teachers
can
use.
I don't feel that at all. I feel it's very.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So so it's a teaching tool, and the Medical Association for Podiatry actually contacted me.
That's wonderful.
So they're going to be using it as a recruitment tool to go into the urban communities across New York State, and then also put it on their websites, to get it out, to get the word out there. Now that I've given them these visual illustrations that encourage one to consider podiatry.
That's awesome. Your book is phenomenal.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Well, you thought that out pretty well, and I can really see it going very far. Good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is your
This is the first. Yeah, not my first publication in terms of research. So all that led me to this is all my research in inclusion, low representation. So I often will publish articles in medical journals or management journals that speak to how does one become more inclusive, like how does a system change, and so I'm published in that way, academically and non-academic, in newspapers.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. I mean, it's a great book.
I'm excited.
Yes. So tell everybody how they can get their hands on your book.
Sure.
Uh-oh. Sorry, technical difficulty. 1 second. Hi, Charlene. I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I'm sorry. I have a disclaimer. I'm learning the virtual world.
Okay. We're working it. We're working it. So to end, the book can be purchased online. So if someone, due to the coronavirus, not having access to stores, you can purchase it online, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Target, all online. And also Amazon has it in Kindle. So if you want it digitally, it's available digitally, and also through my publisher, digitally and also hard copy.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on our show. We appreciate
you pleasure.
Coming to let us know about your wonderful book.
Thank you, man.
That you really put some thought into that, thinking about the young kid who has a dream of being a doctor, But when they go to look for a book that talks about how to be a doctor at that young age, you don't really find it.
And
Especially
images that look like him.
that's the key. So
Hmm.
I lift it up. It's gonna go far.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing as well. So thank you so much.
But thank you for being on our show. And good luck to you. And please enjoy the rest of your Juneteenth.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.